That's why I wanted to be a Marine. It's not, you're not doing it to stay alive. You're doing it for this guy and this guy, to keep them alive, to get them back home, to get them back to their mom, who means as much to them as mine does to me. And so no, I was scared, but I don't think it affected the way I judged things, the way I acted. I would do everything the way I did it then. But there's always that, in the back of your head, the what if, what if this is my last day? What if I don't get to see my family again? But at the same time, there's that other thing that kicks in and says, you don't have time to worry about that. You got to go do this for the guy on your left and the guy on your right. Then you all get home together.
So how did this experience affect you and may possibly change you? How would you say it's...
There's definitely positives and negatives.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up real fast. My respect levels, that's not the right word, the way I see things and hold things close to me and respect them and don't take them for granted. A good dinner, good hot dinner. I will never take a good hot dinner for granted again. Just simple, a warm 15-minute shower, not a 2-minute shower, a warm 15-minute shower. I still take one now, and it's just like, gosh, this is so much better than those cans in Afghanistan. But, sometimes I can't sleep at night. Sometimes I'm thinking about not necessarily any guys that I lost, but guys that were maybe directly affected by my actions and were lost. My 25, we all came home. Somehow, by the grace of God, we all came home. But there were guys that I knew that they didn't get to come home. And most time, I had to go pick them up. And that humbles you. It really humbles you. You get to do something so honorable. I mean, we call it a hero's run. We go on a hero's run.
That's what it's called, a hero's
That's what we
run.
call it, hero's run. Going to pick up a hero. That's what they are. I'm not. I never will be. I'm just a guy who went and did my job for this guy, and mom and dad at home. But, they're still Marines. They're still wearing the same color as me, and they got this across their chest that says U.S.
there are
Marines.
other people that might think strongly that you're a hero.
I get it. I understand, but personally, I can think of a lot of heroes. Lance Corporal Randy Newman. That's a hero. Mm-hmm. And this whole town sees it. The whole town. And that humbles me to what a hero is. When you got a guy that all he was doing was his job. He wasn't special. He wasn't picked by anybody to be a hero. He was just doing his job, and fortunately God said, hey, you come up here and do your job up here. That's a hero to me. I'm a Marine. I'll be a Marine for the rest of my life. I'll gladly carry that title, but to me, I get you guys, I understand it. But to me, a hero's a different thing. I mean, I'm just a guy. And I love doing what I was doing. And I would do it 100 times over again. 100 times over again. I'd go right back to Afghanistan, and man, I couldn't wait to get home. But I'd go right back just to do it again. For heroes, right? For guys that left that wire and knew they were going to do something where they probably weren't going to come home. I ran missions that were like, this is going to suck. It's going to be scary. We could get hit. But I was inside a big truck most of the time. These guys were going in and doing invasions. Going into cities where there's 50 of them and five of the good guys and 50 of the bad guys. And they'd still go. That's a hero. That to me is a hero. And would I have done it? Yes, but I didn't. Those guys, that's who leads my way. That's who set and it goes back to Vietnam. Those guys are heroes. Those guys are, every single one of those guys are heroes. What they came back to, what they endured while they were over there, even family members not sending letters and not supporting them, those guys are heroes. And then they came back and still their health care, the way they're treated, and what they did, what they had to work with. Gosh, I had so much technology. I had a piece of body armor on every square inch of my body. Maybe my legs were exposed, but I had body armor all up here. Those guys didn't have anything. No. My weapon could shoot 500 yards. Those guys didn't know how far their weapon could shoot. My guys weren't flying over dropping napalm on me. Not napalm. The chemical mosquito killer. Agent Orange.
Agent Orange.
I didn't have to deal with that kind of stuff. Those guys, and they still went in, and they still got the job done. And none of them wearied. None of them wearied. Soldier, Marine, seaman, none of them wearied. They went in there and they did it. And they went back. They'd come home and they'd get treated like they were treated. And they go back. That's a hero. To me, to my definition, that's a hero. That's who paved my way. And we pay homage to them. They still pay homage to them in the Marine Corps. And that's what I consider a hero. Is somebody like that. Somebody that's so selfless, so mentally strong that your own mother won't write you while you're over there because she disagrees with the war, but you're still doing it. You're still getting your job done, and you're still fighting for the guy on your left and the guy on your right. That to me is a hero. That to me is a hero. I'll carry the title, but what I consider a hero is someone like that, or Isaiah. So Isaiah went back for his second deployment. I didn't get to go. I was on my way out of the Marine Corps. I decided I wanted to go home and be with my family. I had fun, had a good time. The war was starting to die down. It really started to turn political. You know, if you didn't have your hair cut right or your face wasn't shaven the day before, you were getting busted on it. When I first got in, I wasn't focused. The focus was get your war ready. You know, yeah, you got to have a haircut, but if you didn't shave the day before, you know, hey, shave tomorrow. And when I was starting to get out, it was really hammering guys first. So I started to get out, and Isaiah, who is a career Marine, he's still in. He's over in Japan right now, Okinawa, leading a team of Marines in Mount Fuji. They're training in Mount Fuji right now, and 3 foot of snow. He sent me a Snapchat the other day, and they all got their tent set up, and I never had to deal with snow. Thank God. The heat was easier to deal with. He went over a second time. You know, he came home, and all his experience and all he saw, he said, I want to go do it again. And he went back this time. And this time he was with one of those units that goes out and kicks down the doors. They go out and they do the hard stuff. They're getting the bad guys off the ground. He came back, and he had a ribbon of valor on his chest. I said, dude, I didn't know about that. And go back to your hero things. He says, you don't need to know about it. What is it? It's just a ribbon with a V. A ribbon with valor in the Marine Corps, that's a big deal.
Is it really?
You don't just get a ribbon with valor. You know, we all have valor, but when you get a ribbon with valor, you did something above and beyond. I think it's the 3rd highest award you can get, besides Medal of Honor and Bronze Star.
So he wouldn't tell you? What?
I know, but
Sure.
I'll just keep it to myself. But he didn't tell me before he got home. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it on his chest, you know. But that's just the crazy thing, right? You had a guy that, I got a ribbon for valor. I mean, I saved somebody's life, or multiple people's life, in a situation that was pretty scary, right? And he didn't say anything, but because he's a hero. That's a hero. Just pulled somebody out of somewhere that wasn't going to go home, and they got to go home. And you don't think anything of it. It's just a ribbon, just doing your job.